A lot of times people look at trans women and they look at gay men the same. And I'm here to let you know that trans women and gay men do not date. Is it possible? Yes, it is. But 80% of the time, it does not work like that. And here's what it comes down to. Gay men are attracted to masculinity. Biologically, they are attracted to masculinity. That's just the idea of it. When a woman oozes femininity, gay men look at them trans women as women, which technically we are. We are just not biological women in a sense. So, when it comes to heterosexual men, biologically, they are attracted to femininity, which is why they are attracted to women. The issue is that when it really comes down to it, a lot of times, men that are heterosexual, when they date trans women, they don't really, a lot of times, really care about what's below. And I'm going to say that because I've dated plenty of men, and during sex, which I haven't had sex with a lot of men, but but during sex, they don't really want to see it. They don't want to see it. They really don't gravitate towards it. They just don't care. And a lot of times people think that, oh, well, they have to care if it's there. That still means you're a man. They still means that they're attracted to a man. And I just feel like, no, that's bullshit. At the same time, I'm stating that all girls aren't the same. And that's why I say I can't speak for every trans woman, because some trans women feel like if you mess with them, then you're gay. And I just feel like if you're feminine, if you're female presenting, and if you're one of the girls, if you're pretty, then that just doesn't necessarily make a man gay. Now, what I will say is that it can go both ways. There are some men who are attracted to trans women, but they're only attracted to trans women for certain things. That being said, they could be attracted to trans women just pretty much based off the sexual body parts and things like that. For me, I think that gets a little tricky. And I think that if that is going to be the case, then I don't think that means that he's gay, but I just think that means that he likes you because you have something a little special. And I think that a lot of times when men have sex with women, and let's say some men they butt play with, for example, or if they butt ate, or they dildos, or like to be pegged or something like that. In the black community, I found that a lot of times we are so quick. And I'm going to say black women because I feel like a lot of times black women can be the issue. And black women are so quick to just put men down. I feel like personally, if a man is having sex with a woman and whatever goes down in the bedroom, as long as a man is having sex with a woman, there's nothing gay about it. And that's just personally how I feel. And unfortunately, I just think that that's the issue why a lot of men who date trans women don't really come to the forefront, because at the end of the day, women, especially black women per se, are always going to put men down and make men feel like they can't be comfortable in situations where they express themselves. I really want for women to really accept men and let men just be great. If your man is dicking you down, and if you and your man are having great sex and things of that nature, just let that be. Stop always trying to put a label on something. It's just really is not okay. Another thing people fail to realize is that the male G-spot is in their ass. No shade. So it's not a gay thing for a man to want to be penetrated, for him to want to be pegged or whatever goes on. It feels good to him. Have you ever gave your man, ladies, I'm gonna say ladies, have you ever performed oral sex on your man and went just a little low below and got in between the shaft area? He might open his legs a little bit more. It feels good. If you want your man to please you and you want him to make you feel good, I just feel like that you should make him feel good. I always try to express that to my girls who are biological women. I have a lot of female friends, and I love the fact that my female friends have just honestly learned so much from me being trans. I love the fact that they create a safe space for me to be exactly who I want to be. And I love the fact that they respect me as a woman. Not a man, but a woman, because I am a woman. And on top of that, I ooze femininity. I even have my girlfriends, they tell me, how I teach them so much about being a woman, how I teach them so much about femininity. And a lot of y'all probably are looking like, how? And it's because at the end of the day, trans women are just naturally themselves. And I heard this a lot too about the girls talking about, oh, trans women want to be women, and that, there's a disconnect. And how can we say, oh, we're not trying to be women because women, or, biological women, they set the tone? It doesn't go like that. Just because you're a woman doesn't mean I want to be like you, because honestly, I'm not trying to be like any girl that I know. I just want to be clear. And if I did want to be like any woman that I did know, or any woman that I looked up to, it would be my mom. And she's in heaven. And my mom was my biggest role model. And with me talking about like my friends and how they comfortably let me be them myself, if we go to a club and like a dude is trying to talk to me, or if he's trying to talk to my homegirl, if like he talks to my homegirl first and then come to me, my girls aren't like, oh, he's gay, or like you can have him, I don't want him. My girlfriends are like, okay, bitch, like go ahead. I have been with plenty of my girls, and a group of men that are friends have approached us and be like, oh, what's up with you? And my homeboy want to talk to her, what's up? And we just go with it. And when I decide to tell my business, I tell my business. Another thing that ties into that is that this is gonna get a little tricky, but a lot of girls just really aren't pretty privileged. And this goes for trans women, and this goes for biological women. With that being said, being pretty privileged, I think that, unfortunately, I'm one of those girls that I am pretty privileged. And no matter where I go, no matter what's going on, like, I have no problem being trans. I have no problem telling anyone I'm trans, because at the end of the day, they're still going to like give me my life. No one's ever have told me like, oh, you ugly, or like, oh, that's not my thing. If anything, a man in my head said like, oh, I never talked to a trans woman. Oh, I've never been, in front of a trans woman, but they're still here for it. And for me per se, I think that that's because I'm pretty privileged. I go to any club I want to go to. I go to any space that I want to go to. A lot of girls, they be like, oh, well, I don't want to go to straight clubs per se, like where there's a lot of heterosexual people at, because they're scared that their T is going to get clocked. And what I mean by T getting clocked is mean that people are going to notice that they're trans. Me, I don't care if you know that I'm trans. I'm 6 feet tall, I'm long, I have long arms, but I'm beautiful, and I'm just that. I go anywhere I want to go. I walk around daytime, in my neighborhood with no makeup, no wig, I'm just a natural girl. And for me, I feel like I create the spaces that I want to be in. And I feel like that's because I'm pretty privileged. When I walk into a room, everybody wants a piece of me. Everybody. And I say that, I get a lot of compliments from women. I get a lot of compliments from men. And with that being said, I just realized that if you take care of yourself and if you be beautiful, that it goes a long way. And I feel that most of the girls really have an issue with the trans women because we pour so much into ourselves. Men love us because of the femininity, but a lot of that femininity comes from the energy that we pour into ourselves, and also how we take care of ourselves. We care about our hair, we care about our nails, we care about our skin, we care about our fashions, we care about the way we dress. Us trans women, 80% of us for the most part are so big on like our hygiene and just how we appear. And I have my homegirls, we talk about surgery, we talk about nip tucks here and there. A lot of women are so big on, what's the word I want to use? Being against what they don't understand. But at the same time, you got heard the girls that want to get BBLs, but you get that BBL, but you don't take care of yourself. Trans women have been altering their bodies way before all the girls was out here getting BBLs, before they was getting ass shots and all that. Trans girls been doing all of that. But at the same time, you girls want to be mad when, a man might think that you're trans, but you have the trans girl aesthetic. So who really wants to be like who, low key, at the end of the day? Because you girls are going to hurt you getting the fillers, you're messing with your face, you're doing all these things that the trans girls do. The trans girls really do have an aesthetic. So at the end of the day, really, the girls want to be like the trans girls because the trans girls really are the girl of all girls, which is why I don't really care about what anyone thinks or anyone feels, because I am like the standard. In a sense, yes, I am. I feel like that the trans girls really are the standard. I feel that it's just a new day. Like, everybody just be easy. And hopefully soon the whole trans conversation is dropped. I think that it's something that just needs to just go away. I'm tired of hearing about it. I'm tired of seeing all over my timeline. I think that the only people that can speak for the trans community is the trans girls, because it is a lifestyle. And it's one of those things that if you're not trans and if you're not, walking in our shoes and walking in our lifestyle, you can't really say what goes on. You know, that's just like, oh, even gay boys, for example. The gay boys, they be in the comments and, you know, they talk about, oh, T.S. Madison in the Nene Leaks interview, Nene said nothing wrong. The men are gay if they date trans girls. You just mad because you can't date the men that the trans girls date. Mind your business. No one can speak on the trans girl issues but the trans girls. And I'm not here to ruffle any feathers. You know, this is my take on it. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. Like I said, at the end of the day, all I can be is me, which is Claire, and I can only speak for Claire. And I hope that you guys continue to have a fun summer. Like I said, take care of your skin, take care of yourself, love each other, and I'm out.